I'm starting my search for Arizona's largest tarantula, and normally I do my best to not get bitten by giant hairy spiders, but today I'm going to intentionally take a bite from the desert blonde tarantula to see just how dangerous it really is. But before I can do that, I've got to catch one. Let's get searching. We're searching the Sonoran Desert of Arizona to find these tarantulas. This desert is teeming with all sorts of venomous creatures, and the best time to find them is after dark. The sun is finally set, headlamp is on. This headlamp is going to be the main tool that I use tonight to find one of these tarantulas. So I'm going to use my headlamp to sweep from side to side. There's not a lot that gives away other than just getting a light right on the tarantula itself. And then comes the tricky part, actually catching one. I also have a snake hook with me tonight, which could come in handy in catching a tarantula, but the main reason I have it is because this is prime rattlesnake territory. There's a lot more things crawling around out here than just big spiders. These spiders are out tonight hunting, but if they're near their hole, they'll quickly tuck back in. If I don't get close enough in time, it's pretty much game over and we'll have to find a new tarantula to catch. Whoa, we got a rattlesnake right there. You see it coiled up? Right there. Back up a little bit, guys. That is a western diamondback rattlesnake. Now, it is not a big one. This is a juvenile, but it is still capable of inflicting a very serious bite. You can use a snake hook to move snakes out of our way, just like this. Let the snake go, and we keep searching for spiders. Yes. It's a great sign that we're seeing all these venomous creatures out on the hunt. This desert is coming alive.
Put a scorpion right at your foot.
Look at this. Desert hairy scorpion right there. Let's see if I can grab it. Best way to do this is just to grab right at the top knuckle so it can't sting me. Let's see if we can get him to calm down. Stay buddy, stay buddy. Come on. There we go, that's good. Oh. Got him. Oh yeah, he's pinching me. All right, here we go. Let's see, show you what we got here. That is a pretty good size giant desert hairy scorpion, the largest species of scorpion in the United States. Luckily, I've got a good grip on its stinger there, but you can see there's even a little bit of venom starting to come out of the tip of it. If you don't grab these guys correctly, they will give you a pretty good pop. You can see why they call them the desert hairy. Look at all the hairs all over its body. It doesn't get much cooler than these large scorpions. All right, let's put them back and keep looking for those tarantulas. Scorpions and tarantulas are out here hunting the same food. I have a feeling we're closing in on our giant spider. Oh, I got a spider right there. Let's go. All right, got my container. Let's see if we can get a catch. Okay, its hole's right here. Going to need to move in carefully. That is a big male. Oh no, I lost it. Hang on, maybe I can coax it back out. Oh no. Ah, lost it. Wait, hang on. It's still there. I got it back. I got it back. Snake hook is coming in clutch. Okay, coax it this direction. See it rearing its abdomen up. Okay, oh, just bit the snake hook. Here we go, guys. Got it. Got it. Here we go. Woo! Oh, buddy. That is a good one. Big male desert blonde tarantula. After a little bit of searching and a little bit of luck, then we brought the snake hook. We got ourselves our tarantula for the bite test. All right, I'll take it back in. Let's go, guys. Yes! As fate would have it, as we were heading back to start setting up for the bite test, we saw an even bigger spider. Oh, another tarantula. This one looks bigger. Oh yeah, okay. Let's try to catch this one too. All right, I don't know how close it is to its hole, but I'm gonna go in for the catch. Here we go. Holy cow, that is a huge freaking spider, guys. Wow. Cha-cha-cha. Ho, 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 ho! Ho, 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 ho. That is the specimen we have been after. That is a truly huge tarantula. I did not expect this. Not one, but two huge desert blonde tarantulas. What we have here are a male and a female And unfortunately for me, I think this video just turned from a tarantula bite test to a tarantula bite comparison. And I'm sure you are as curious as I am which of these two spiders has the more painful bite. It's time to find out. I am definitely nervous. Oh man. Oh my goodness. 2 full-grown desert blonde tarantulas, and the table is now set for the ultimate spider bite test here in the Sonora Desert. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. What I'm about to do is a bad idea. Please do not attempt to recreate what you're about to see in this video. We have 2 tarantulas here in front of us. We have a male and the female, which we found unexpectedly. I think it is worth doing a bite test comparison to see which bite is more ferocious, because these spiders live very different lives from each other. Females actually live for a lot longer. We're talking 25 years for a female tarantula and only 5 to 10 years for a male. Females tend to bunker down. They stay a lot more localized to their nests, where the males are much more nomadic and predatory. I have a suspicion that we have a very different bite profile to these 2 spiders, and we are going to put that to the ultimate test. Let's take a closer look at Arizona's largest spider. Ladies first. In order to get some really good footage of the spider, I'm going to move it into this glass dome, and of course we don't want our spider to get away. All right, delicate little procedure here. Wow. There we go, perfect, perfect. Perfect transfer. Oh my goodness. The fangs on these spiders are enormous. It's not just going to be the venom that I'm up against today. We're talking actual puncture wounds from fangs that large. In terms of what they're out here hunting and eating, pretty much anything that they can grapple onto. They are very strong spiders, and of course, possessing those large fangs, they could subdue a variety of prey. Even small lizards would be a good meal for a spider this size. The females tend to be a little bit bigger than the males. They are called a desert blonde tarantula predominantly because you can see those hairs and just how blonde they are in the middle. But that is a full-grown desert blonde tarantula. The best way to probably go about doing this is for me to grab it by its carapace, the top of the head of the spider, and I'm gonna try to pin it, grab it, and then I'll be able to show you the fangs and of course inflict the bite right here on my thumb. All right, brought a couple things with me today. I have a large pair of tweezers. Of course, we always bring first aid kit. The thing I need the most is the EpiPen. The worst outcome that can happen besides the pain that I'm about to experience is an allergic reaction. I think it's time to take the first of 2 bites from a tarantula. Okay, here we go. Now the females are known for being a little more docile than the males. Beyond, oh, easy girl, easy girl. Back, back, back. So you see how it's rearing its abdomen up right there? Beyond their capability to inflict bites, they also possess another defense mechanism, which is to flick the hairs off their abdomen. Females are rumored to be less aggressive, but this one looks ready to bite. And what I'm trying to do right now is to get a good hold on the carapace. This is the safest way for me to hold it for both me and the tarantula. There we go. Oh, geez. Okay, that made my heart jump. Okay. The spider just wants to come right at me. Oh my gosh. Did you hear that? That is the sound of spider fangs scraping the table. Okay. Look at the size of those fangs. And their fangs are retractable, just like a snake. And they are thick. We're talking some very large fangs. Those are going to pop holes in my skin for sure. Gotta get up a lot of nerves to do this. Okay, I've got a good grip on the spider. I'm gonna go for it. On 3. I'm Mark Vins, and I'm about to take a bite from Arizona's largest spider, the desert blonde tarantula. On 3. 1. I'm so nervous. 2. 3. Spider's fangs are on my skin. Ah! Yep, got me. You can see there's a little blood right there. Only popped one fang through. I think I gotta take a better bite, guys. It wasn't a good enough bite. All right, I'm gonna do one more. Ready? On 3. 1, 2, 3. Ah! Yeah, that time it got me. That time it got me good. Oh my God. That freaked me out. Oh my gosh. Okay. Hang on, let me get the spider back. Get back in there, girl. Get back in there. Yeah, see right there. See that? Definitely burns. Oh my gosh, my adrenaline is like firing right now, guys. I feel like my soul just jumped out of my body. That is the most freaked out I've been around an animal. And it definitely burns. Oh man. My neck, okay? Yeah. My neck is like seized up. It's like I've got a cramp right here. I don't know if it's from the bite or if it's from just the nerves and the tension. Oh my gosh. I think it's nerves. I don't think it's from the venom. Definitely burns. It's definitely a burning sensation. I had to really try hard to get that spider to bite me. I want to point that out, that this spider did not want to bite, but that was not an aggression bite, for sure. Okay, I think I'm good enough to do another bite. I think it's time to bring in the second tarantula and see if the male can inflict a more aggressive bite wound, which I have a feeling that's gonna happen. Males are known to be more aggressive, and that's why I wanted to do a bite test here. Much darker in coloration than the female too. Not looking forward to this. And my hand still burns from that first bite. Okay, come here. Come here, you. Come here, you. Okay. Got a pin. Oh my gosh. Way stronger. Way stronger. Way more aggressive. Look at it attacking. Got it. Oh boy, that was tough. Okay. There you have it. The male desert blonde tarantula. Here are the fangs. You can see just as terrifying as the female spider. You can see there's even venom on these. Okay, on 3. I'm about to take my second bite, this time from a male and much more aggressive desert blonde tarantula. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Just waiting for the bite to come. You see, he does not want to bite me.
It's not as angry as the female.
No. Big reaction is that these animals do not want to bite me. So while we've given this spider plenty of opportunity to inflict a bite, you can see it really has no intent to do me any harm. And frankly, it should be a lot more afraid of me than I am of it. So I hope after watching this video, we all have learned some important lessons about Arizona's largest spider. Even though these spiders are large and admittedly pretty creepy, we really have no reason to fear them. And honestly, their venom isn't that strong because spiders this large tend to use their strength to overtake their prey. They don't want to bite you, and even if they do, it's really not that bad. All right, let's let our spiders back off into the desert. Out here, every step counts. The terrain is brutal and the stakes are real. That's why I created Summit Adventure Fuel, to help power my way through any situation. With pro-grade electrolytes, clean sugar-free ingredients, and flavors that hit hard, Summit keeps me going when the wild pushes back. And unlike other electrolyte drinks that are sugar-free, Summit actually tastes good. And Summit is now the official drink of Brave Wilderness. So hydrate like an explorer and fuel your adventures all the way to the summit. Let's get there. I'm pushing it to the absolute limit by getting stung by the most venomous fish that calls this ocean home. The dreaded sting of the scorpionfish is no joke, and I'm about to put its reputation to the ultimate test. Okay, what I have in front of me are 2 venomous species of fish. To my right, the lionfish. To my left, a very large scorpionfish. These fish are cousins, but there is very little dispute as to which has the more powerful venom. The scorpionfish venom is way worse than the lionfish. But if I can't handle the sting of a lionfish, there's no way I should dare to venture into the tank on my left. So I brought with me some sting-proof gloves. Don't worry, the gloves are gonna come off here in a little bit. But before they do, I wanna show you how these fish position their bodies as a defense mechanism without taking multiple stings. And you'll notice, as soon as I put my hand in the water, it's going to take on a defensive position. Look at that, see how it flared out its fins? Oh, see that? It like bucks its back into me. Ah, boom, jabbing those dorsal spines into my glove. Getting stung by a lionfish, not gonna be a problem today. The gloves are off. It's time to enter the sting zone with the lionfish. The greatest health risk I face today would be having a major allergic reaction. Anaphylactic shock can be fatal, and is why I'm keeping an EpiPen close by for this entire experiment. Other severe reactions that may occur include seizures, paralysis, vomiting, and permanent tissue damage, all of which would require a trip to the hospital. All right, the time has come to enter the sting zone with the lionfish. On 3, you guys got your shot? Here goes nothing. 1, 2, 3. Ah! Oh! You got me. You got me good. Yeah, that stings. Definitely feels smoldery, not achy pain, like hot poker, dagger-like pain. Did you guys get that on camera?
Oh, God.
Oh, man. Checking my pulse. My heart is just flying right now. That was mostly adrenaline and nerves, but I definitely got nailed, for sure. Best way to describe how this feels is hot. Have you ever held like a hot cup of coffee without a sleeve on it and you just can't hold it? It's like that, except I can't put the coffee down. And I can handle this. This I can handle. Don't get me wrong. Taking a sting from a lionfish was no walk in the park, but the real test is still ahead of me. Scorpionfish stings pack a far more painful punch than that of the lionfish. Their razor-sharp spines are thicker and are laced with a toxic slime containing a more powerful venom. While both fish use their stings as a defense mechanism, the scorpionfish relies primarily on its camouflage to remain undetected. But when threatened, they will flare out their fins with spectacular warning colors and raise their spear-like dorsal to present a bed of spikes ready to impale any predator that dare attack. But what makes these fish truly terrifying is their ability to live in shallow water, where they often encounter humans. And not knowing how to treat their stings can have excruciating consequences. Now, this definitely does not feel good, but the scorpionfish is going to be way worse. It's well documented. This is the fish that's gonna put you through pain. Let's get hands-on and get a closer look at how it delivers its notoriously painful sting. This is me trying to cradle. Oh, see that? See those spines go up? No jutting or bucking with the spines, but dang, look at the size of those spines, each capable of inflicting a venomous sting multiple times more painful than that of the lionfish. Oh man, I think my heart just skipped a beat. And it is the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time to take a sting from the scorpionfish. In case you're wondering, I am nervous, for sure. This is like gotta be the most nervous I've ever been. I'm gonna take a sting on 3. Cameras ready? Here we go. 1. 2. 3. Oh! 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 Yeah, he got me. Oh! Did you guys get the shot? Please, I hope you got the shot. Oh! Oh, yeah. That was so much worse. Ah. That's my adrenaline going. That's my adrenaline going. How's this glove? Wow. Oh man, my adrenaline's going, but that is so much worse. Like times 100 worse. Immediate burning. Ugh. Did you guys get the shot? Please tell me you got the shot. Oh, that was awful. Oh man, I'm like wanting to like tourniquet my wrist because it hurts so bad.
You need the water yet?
Nope, I'm good for now. It's getting to I just keep feeling a little nauseous. Like I'm definitely feeling like I'm gonna puke. Oh, man. I don't think I can take any more, guys. I think I gotta put my hands in. My hand is on fire. Feel how much worse, feel how much hotter this hand is.
Oh my God.
Isn't that wild? My hand is just radiating heat right now. I felt the spine go in like right up here. I mean, no blood, but guys, there's venom in there. All right, 114. Well, it certainly helps the heat because now my hands are just feeling like they're really on fire. It's actually like a pain relief in a sense of like, I can't tell what's the water and what's the venom at this point. I already feel like it's working. It doesn't feel cooler because my hands are in hot water, but my anxiety is going down. Man, the scorpionfish, I had to essentially stab myself with its fins once it put its dorsal up. That's one of the hardest things I've ever done, guys. Stabbing yourself with a fish is not easy. And I'm definitely feeling better. I think we might need a little more hot water, but this is working.
Which meant the hot water denatured the venom, lessening my body's reaction to it. But now that I've successfully endured the most venomous fish sting in the Americas, I must admit, I am curious about getting hands-on with the most venomous fish on Earth, the stonefish, which lives in Pacific waters and off the coast of Australia, is the most venomous fish known to science. Tell me in the comments section, should we dare enter the waters with the stonefish?
Out here, every step counts. The terrain is brutal and the stakes are real. That's why I created Summit Adventure Fuel, to help power my way through any situation. With pro-grade electrolytes, clean sugar-free ingredients, and flavors that hit hard, Summit keeps me going when the wild pushes back. And unlike other electrolyte drinks that are sugar-free, Summit actually tastes good. And Summit is now the official drink of Brave Wilderness. So hydrate like an explorer and fuel your adventures all the way to the summit. Let's get there. And today, I'm going to get stung by a stonefish. But first, we've got to find one. Let's get looking. It's going to be very hard to find the stonefish because in addition to their legendary sting, they are masters of hiding. The key to this is going to be to move slow, methodically, and to not step on the stonefish. You could be looking right at a stonefish and not even realize it. That's why so many people step on them by accident. But stonefish aren't all we have to look out for. This isn't the only animal that could do you harm here in the tide pools off of Australia. We also have cone snails and the blue ring octopus, one of the most lethal creatures in the world. And not only is it risky just being out here, but we also have to beat the clock. The tide is coming in fast, and this whole area is about to be completely underwater. So if we want to catch a stonefish, we need to do that before it happens. Everything looks exactly the same. This is gonna be tough. Oh, right there. You see it moving? That is the stonefish. And I never would have seen that fish if it didn't give itself away by moving. Holy smokes. Now these fish are so toxic, they don't really have a flight response. I'm gonna attempt to catch the most toxic fish in the world with my bare hands. All right, here we go. All right. Wow, there it is. That is the stonefish. Look at that tide pool monster. I can't believe we found one. I mean, it looks like a living rock. I never would have spotted this fish if it didn't move. The fact that it swam a little bit there is the only reason I was able to catch this fish. And you can see how docile this fish is. It knows just how toxic it can be. Wow. But the table is set for what will be likely the worst sting I ever take. Placing the stonefish in the tank hit my nerves hard. I'm about to get stung by a stonefish. Stonefish stings are said to be one of the most painful experiences a human can endure. And I've already experienced my fair share of fish stings. One from the most common fish sting, which is the lionfish. Oh!
And the other from the scorpionfish, which is the most toxic fish sting in North America.
Oh! Yeah, he got me. Oh!
Each sting was painful, but I was certainly able to tough it out with basic treatment. However, each of those fish fall far short of the danger from the stonefish.
Not every day you get to carry around the world's most toxic fish in a tank.
This fish might just have the worst sting in the entire animal kingdom.
Man, my nerves are firing right now. Just looking at this fish is so incredibly cool. Look at all the growths all over its body. Definitely earns its name, the stonefish, a master of camouflage. All right, let's go hands-on once again with the stonefish. The reason I can handle this fish is because it can only sting from the spines on top. Wow. This fish has developed the most potent fish toxin in the world. The toxin is only to defend itself. Unfortunately, as you can see, it is so docile that it's very easy for people to step on these fish. And that is the most common way people are stung by the stonefish. The toxin of this fish not only induces extraordinary pain, it can actually cause muscle spasms and eventual paralysis. And there have even been reported deaths from stonefish stings. But now I think it's time to see how this fish injects its venom. I'm going to just pour out this water. I'm gonna use this little tank here as a platform. This fish is perfectly fine being out of the water for extended periods of time because they've adapted the ability to actually hold water in their gills. It's not uncommon to see stonefish just laying on the rocks in these tide pools. So in the little bit of time that we have it here in front of the cameras, totally fine. All right, so I brought with me a piece of neoprene. I'm going to use this piece of neoprene to simulate skin so I can show you what would happen if you stepped on the stonefish. This animal has the ability to fire its venom into the wound created by its spine. That's why people who are envenomated and step on these stonefish end up in such a bad situation. It's not only that it's the most toxic venom, it's that you also get the most volume. Look at how sharp that spine is. Okay, in order to do this properly, I do need to get out some eye protection, so I'm gonna do that quickly. This venom, it has enough toxin in it to cause vision problems and perhaps even blindness. All right, let's see in slow motion how these spines inject venom. I'll do these top two, you guys ready? Here they go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, wow. Look at that. And it's like blue. Holy cow, look at how much venom just came out of that fish. And let's do another one, do it one more time. Oh my gosh, guys, the spines are blue. And once those spines are out, they stay out and they're ready to defend. All right, let me try these spines on the back here. 1, 2, 3. Wow, that is what would be inside of your foot if you were to step on a stonefish. Now, it will regenerate its venom. This doesn't hurt the fish at all. And you can see these sheaths will just slide right back up. But holy cow, I gotta take a minute and process what I just saw. Oh, that is bad. I won't lie, I'm getting pretty nervous right now. This is something you should never do. I've consulted experts, people who have been stung. I've done my research, I've done my homework, but even still, I am extremely nervous about what is about to happen. It's said that this is the most painful sting in the world. Wish me luck. The moment has come. It's time to be stung by the world's most toxic fish. I am borderline terrified. I've thought long and hard about whether or not to even go through with this, but I'm doing this today because through my research on the stonefish, I have found a lot of misinformation out there. There is a lot of stories that pretty much describe certain death if you're stung by a stonefish, and that's just simply not the case. While this toxin in the base of its spines is extremely potent, it is thermolyable. So if treated properly and if needed with medical attention, you will survive the sting of a stonefish. Most of the victims that end up dying from stonefish stings, but has more to do with the pain and shock that leads to cardiac arrest. This venom is meant to cause you pain, but I have brought the antidote with me today. A thermos filled with hot water that's around 114 degrees Fahrenheit, a compress to hold over the wound, and then of course, if I do go into any state of anaphylactic shock, I always carry with me an EpiPen. We are about 3 minutes drive from an emergency room, so even if the worst case scenario does unfold today, I should have plenty of time to be able to get to emergency medical attention. All right, my plan today is to take a microdose of stonefish venom. The venom from that neoprene trial is already coating the spikes, so they are locked and loaded, ready to go. When it's all said and done, this should be just extraordinarily painful for me and hopefully very educational for you. This is going to likely be the worst sting that I ever take. I'm Mark Vins, and I'm about to enter the sting zone with the stonefish, the most toxic fish in the world. All right, I'm gonna go with this front spine here. Ready? This spine. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Yep. I already feel a burn. I can feel it spreading up my finger right now. And it does not feel good. Wow, the tide is coming in. All right, here, let's, hang on. Let's move out of here, the tide's rolling in.
You okay, Mark?
Yeah, hang on, I'm gonna come over here. Andrew, put the fish back in the tank, man. Oh, right there is where the spine went in. God, immediate fire spreading up my fingers. I can already feel it in these 3.
Do you help, Mark? Are you okay?
No, I'm okay. I'm okay right now. It's like a different magnitude of pain. It is like throbby, achy. Hang on, I gotta walk it off. Yeah. I'm gonna try to tough it out for a little bit. I wanna see how far the venom spreads before I start applying the first aid. This is borderline unbearable. Oh my gosh.
Let me know when you need the water, Mark.
I'm just like, it's making me nervous. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it definitely drew a little bit of blood. Oh, and it is hot. It's like closing my hand is becoming hard. Yeah, it's spreading. It's like all up the back of my hand now. I think I need to go for the hot water, guys. I don't want this to spread anymore. I'm going to the hot water. There we go. Stonefish is good. Now, I need to fix myself. So this hot water will actually stop the venom from working and should help my pain. Every bit as painful as advertised. I never want to do that again, and I need to get more hot water on this sting. And hopefully the pain subsides, but it's still increasing for me. Tingling pain continued to build and spread up through my shoulder all the way to my neck. Even a month after the sting, I still have numbness and tingles in my fingers. The immediate pain wasn't enough to send me to the hospital, but as we released the stonefish, I could imagine what would happen if a full load of its venom were to go in my foot. That instance would send you directly to the hospital. And if you're ever stung, please, you should seek medical attention as soon as possible. Needless to say, the stonefish certainly lives up to the legend of being the most painful fish on the planet. From the terrifying mammoth wasp to the largest soldier ants on the planet, there is no shortage of painful bites and stings in the jungles of Borneo. But nothing could have prepared me for the face-to-fang encounter with the true terror of this country. Oh my God. Guys, I'm getting a centipede here. Oh my goodness. Look at the size of that giant Asian centipede. And a crazy looking one at that, black with bright orange legs. And it looks aggressive. Oh, this is going to be the most painful experience I will have in Asia, going flesh to fangs with the giant Asian centipede. let's go set up the table. Oh my gosh. I don't usually take bites or stings that I know can put you in the hospital. Rarely, like maybe the Stonefish is the only one in memory that I took and I knew it was a major risk. This is a major risk. This is gonna be one of the most painful experiences I ever go through in terms of animal bites. Okay, you guys ready? Let's get set up. We're gonna have to do this fast because I don't wanna lose my nerve. I know that the giant desert centipede was Coyote's worst bite ever. The only bite to this day that he had to seek medical attention after. I just did some research. Everyone that's been bitten by the Scolopendra subspinipes claims it's not only the worst animal bite of their life, it is the worst pain they have ever endured. Get out some things I need. Forget forceps. This centipede needs the snake hook. Definitely need my first aid kit on standby. If you guys have seen any of our bite sting videos by now, then you already know I don't go anywhere without an EpiPen. Of course, there's always a chance for an allergic reaction from a bite from this centipede. It's the pain I'm worried about, guys. The pain that this animal can inflict, it's gonna be something. Let's get this centipede into a more clear container so we can take a better look at it. Now, we've got animal experts all behind the cameras ready to catch the centipede if it gets away, but I'm gonna try not to do that. I'm gonna try to get it into this container, hopefully without much fanfare. Here we go. Yes. Okay. Okay. There we go. Oh my goodness. What a beast. My heart's like jumping out of my chest, guys, like having an out-of-body experience right now. Let's get in for a close look at the giant Asian centipede. Now, if you come anywhere to East Asia, you're gonna see centipedes, but not a single centipede has compared to the intimidation of what I'm holding in my hand now. This is not only a giant Asian centipede, it is the black flame morph, meaning it has a dark body met with red or orange feet, like it just came running out of an inferno. But right now, I just want the cameras to get in close and get as many good shots as you can of this centipede, because there's a good chance once I'm bit, I'm gonna absolutely freak out. The centipede's gonna run away, and this will be the last glimpse we have of it. Now, centipedes are venomous. You could see the many sets of dagger-like legs it has up and down its body, but at the front of the head, it has two modified legs that are like hypodermic needles that are attached to two venom glands. Why does it need this venom? Because these are some of the most aggressive predators in the world. Not just in the rainforest, not just in Borneo. The giant centipede knows no limits. It can eat anything that it can grapple its many sets of arms on. We're talking things like lizards, snakes, frogs, mammals, birds. Anything that it can overtake is food for a centipede. There's no bounds, there's no safety from this creature. They can climb, they can burrow down deep beneath the earth. They can run across land at great speed. The only thing it can't do is fly, but a lot of the bites are from centipedes falling from branches up high, landing on them, crawling down their shirt, and then getting multiple bites in. And I have never taken a bite from a centipede before. This is going to be my first and hopefully my last chomp. For lack of better words, living nightmares. And if you're asking yourself, Mark, are you afraid right now? I am not ashamed to admit I'm afraid of those fangs. I think I've got to get it out of this container, guys, and we've got to get to the bite. How am I gonna rate this bite? I'm gonna rate it on 3 different factors: intimidation, pain, and aftermath. And then we'll see where it ranks all time on the Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index. We might have a new king of pain, guys. This could dethrone the bark scorpion. And it's not just the bite, it's the build, and it's the 48 hours of aftermath of excruciating pain. The aftermath that sent our very own Coyote Peterson to the hospital to get professional help. Let's talk about how I'm going to hold the centipede. I'm gonna try to head it, very much like heading a snake. Lockie's right back here with us. He's one of our experts from Australian Wildlife Encounters. He is going to be on guard duty. If I lose control of the centipede and it starts to run, Lockie, you know what to do. If I can just pull it out gently. Look at it, already trying to bite the snake hook. And don't worry guys, these centipedes are almost crush proof. They really can't be hurt. Look at that. Look at it biting the snake hook. Did you see it? Almost, I felt the fang on my finger, guys. It almost got me. Get in the way. Got a good grip on its head. Look at those fangs, guys. And don't worry, I'm not hurting the centipede at all. It's gonna be hurting me. These things are almost indestructible.
Well, he's ready to chomp.
Very ready to chomp. All right, you guys ready? We're gonna do this. All right, can't believe I'm about to say this. I'm Mark Vins, and I'm about to enter the bite zone with the terror of Borneo, the giant Asian centipede. On 3. 1. 2. 3. Ah! Oh! Oh God! Oh, it burns! I gotta put it down. Help me with the snake hook, Lockie. Lockie, help me. Help me. Somebody get its head. Somebody get its head off of me. Off of me. Off of me. Oh! Gah! Gah! Ah! Gah! Ah! 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 Oh my God, it burns so bad. Oh my gosh. Get the first aid kit, get the first aid kit. Oh my gosh. Thanks. Oh yeah. Yeah. Saline. Oh my God, guys, that's so bad. It bit the hell out of me. Ah! 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 No!
You okay, Mark?
No! No, I'm not. Ah! My heart is accelerating. I'm like 200 beats a minute right now. I can feel my pulse. It's not good. This is not good. Ah! It got me. Full bite, full envenomation, full envenomation. Can somebody help? Find me some gauze. That was so stupid. What was I thinking? Oh my God. Please tell me you guys got that shot.
Oh, we got it.
I'm never doing that again. It's just like radiating heat. Oh. It's getting worse. It's definitely getting worse. This is like a level of pain I've never felt from an animal bite or sting or anything. This is, everything else is like child's play compared to this. This is so bad, guys. It's just radiating violent heat. Violent is the only word that I can think of in terms of the pain. It's like, it hurts so bad, it's numbing me. The whole arm, my whole arm is going numb. Sorry, I just can't stand still. Yep. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. It burns so incredibly intense. And some violent heat. I want to go back 15 minutes ago and tell myself not to do that. That was so stupid. That was so bad. I cannot believe how deep its fangs sunk into me, guys. Like, I was hoping that it would just like be like a normal bite or sting. That was like full on snake fangs. Oh, I don't know how long this is gonna last. I don't know how long this is gonna last. Oh my gosh. The books say 48 hours. 48 hours after the bite. I am gonna be so out of it for the next 48 hours, guys. We are gonna have to monitor this. If I have to, this might be hospital, guys. This might be hospital time. I knew it was gonna be bad, but it was so much worse than I ever imagined. I can tell you right now, this is the worst pain I have ever felt, ever, from an animal or insect or any bite ever. I want to saw my arm off right now. It hurts so bad. Time to learn where the giant Asian centipede rakes on the Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index. I'm sure you can already guess by now. Monster score coming your way. Roll it.
On intimidation, the giant Asian centipede has no rival. Its massive size, powerful legs, and razor-sharp jaws combine to make it the most intimidating creature I have ever faced. Plus, knowing that its bite led to a hospital trip for the Brave Wilderness team in the past set my nerves on fire. All things considered, the giant Asian centipede deserved the intimidation score it gets, which is a perfect 10 out of 10. Pain is where the centipede soars up the ranks of the BSI. Its fangs immediately sank into my forearm, delivering a flood of venom directly into my bloodstream. I was overwhelmed from the moment it bit me, putting me on the ground writhing in pain. It was just as bad as the Arizona bark scorpion, but I have to say it was a more relentless, crushing type of pain, and I was beginning to believe a trip to the hospital was in my future. I have to give it the respect of another perfect 10 out of 10. Now for the moment of truth, the aftermath, which will determine if the giant Asian centipede dethrones the bark scorpion as the new king of the BSI. My pain continued to build even as I released the centipede. The bite zone swelled and radiated pain throughout my entire arm. It totally scraped up my other arm while I was holding it, using its razor-sharp legs to dig into my skin. In a strange new effect, it reignited my burn from the fireworm, which at this point was months old. And just as I feared things were taking a turn for the worse, the pain started to level off. And after 24 hours, all of the intensity of the pain had subsided. Don't get me wrong, it was still very painful by any standard, but ultimately, the giant Asian centipede's initial pain was much worse than its aftermath, leading to an aftermath score of an 8.8 out of 10. Altogether, giving the giant Asian centipede a rank of a 9.6 on the Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index, climbing it all the way up to number 2 of all time, but falling just short of the Arizona bark scorpion.
Here we go. All right, here we go. Ready? Got him. Yeah, see a shot?
Got it.
1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they can pinch. They can pinch really good. He's pinching me. When they pinch you, your first instinct is to let go of that tail. And that's exactly what the scorpion wants. So it can wield that stinger and inflict a painful punch. Ooh, but you just gotta fight through it. Eventually he'll relax and realize he's been caught. But look at the size of that scorpion. That is one serious arachnid. Let's see just how painful the giant hairy scorpion really is. Oh boy, would you take a look at that. Look at the size of that scorpion. And it is time for another sting test, this time with America's largest scorpion, the Giant Desert Hairy. Now, we found the scorpion just feet away, right here at our Airbnb in Tucson, Arizona. In fact, check this out. We have a live studio audience today. Try to keep it down, guys. The Giant Desert Hairy scorpion earns its name because it is truly giant. Most scorpions out here are a fraction of the size of this one. This is a truly huge arachnid with a stinger that is also giant. And this is a species that you would come across. If you lived in Arizona or you're out here adventuring, this is certainly an animal that can end up inside your house. I want to take a sting today to show you just how severe the sting from this scorpion truly is. And then we will know once and for all whether or not we need to be afraid of this hairy arachnid. We're also going to rank this sting on 3 factors: intimidation, pain, and aftermath, scoring each from 1 to 10, and then we will average the total to see where this scorpion rates on the brand new and official Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index. Boy, it is fired up and aggressive already. Holy cow, look at those pinchers. This scorpion is big enough to actually give you a sizable pinch, so when I first pick it up today, I'm gonna get walloped right off the bat. Now, before I get stung, let's talk about some of the things I brought with me for the test today. I brought with me some Sting Kill. I have never used Sting Kill on any of my sting tests before, so I thought, hey, it's in my pack, let's give it a shot with today's scorpion sting to see if this sting antidote actually relieves the pain from a scorpion. And then, of course, I always bring with me my first aid kit along with my EpiPen. Just in case I have some sort of severe allergic reaction to this venom, the EpiPen will save me in time to get to emergency services. So I always carry an EpiPen. Never attempt to do what I'm about to do. This is not a good idea. Yes, I think this is going to hurt very badly. Please do not attempt to do what you're about to see. I am definitely nervous. I am always nervous before I take a sting from a species for the first time, because until you take the venom firsthand, you never really know how bad it's going to be. So with that, I think it's time to get hands-on and release the beast. You guys ready? Got the shot? Okay. Careful. Whoa. Now I have to grab the scorpion without taking the sting. Man, it's fast. I'm gonna use this platform to help keep it on the table. All right, so the object here is to not get stung before I'm ready, but in order to tail the scorpion, I need to grab a segment right behind the telson, which is the stinger. And this is a one-shot deal. You do this wrong, you are getting stung almost instantly. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Got him. And then he's gonna try to pinch me with those big pinchers. Ah, yeah, he's got his pincher on me there. Oh, right under my skin. Now, I have a good grip, and we can talk about how the scorpion feels. Its exoskeleton is very rigid and hard, almost as hard and tough as a crab or a lobster. So I am by no means gonna squish or hurt the scorpion by holding it like this. And yes, those pinchers can give you a wallop of a pinch. Ah, yeah. One more time for good measure. Now, another kind of interesting thing is the face of this scorpion. You can see it has some eyes right here at the sides, and it has eyes right there in the center, similar to a spider. It gets its name, the Giant Desert Hairy, not only because it's giant in size, but because it's also hairy. You can see the hairs off of all the appendages, and you can really see the hairs coming off the tip of the stinger there. You see that? And those hairs help the scorpion sense its environment. This is an arachnid, having 8 legs, related to spiders, but of course it has a much different defense mechanism than a spider. Spiders use fangs to inject venom. Scorpions inject venom with the stinger on their tail. Okay, I think it's time to talk about the business end of the scorpion. The sting of the Giant Desert Hairy is delivered by the tip of the stinger, the telson, which has a venom gland within it that delivers its venom like a hypodermic needle. And this animal uses its sting as a means of defense and predation. This scorpion will be out hunting at night. Once it finds a prey item, which would be other small insects, arachnids, or even a small lizard, it would grapple it with those large pinchers and then inflict a painful sting, subduing its prey so they could be eaten alive. But in this sting test, it will be using its stinger as a defense mechanism against my hand, just like any would-be predator. Okay, it's time to go hand to stinger with America's largest species of scorpion. You guys ready?
We're ready, Mark.
So here's what we're gonna do. I'm going to cover the scorpion with my hand, my left hand, and I'm going to release the stinger. When I do that, this scorpion is going to instantly go into defense mode and rapidly sting me with that tail. And I can tell you right now, this scorpion is fired up. It is ready to go.
It's pinched me multiple times, and it means business. You guys ready for this? I'm looking at the tip of that stinger right now. On 3. 1, 2, 3. He's pinching me. Yep. Oh my God, the venom spray. Did you see that? It's stuck there. I had to pull the stinger out. It was stuck under my skin, and I got sprayed by venom. Did you guys see that pool of venom? Oh my gosh. All right, here I gotta put this back. Oh yeah, that was a full burst. I definitely got dosed, and it burns. You see, it's already starting to get red around my knuckle. It's starting to burn really bad. Hang on. Oh yeah. I cannot believe how much venom just sprayed out of the tail like that. I didn't know it could spray, and it does burn. Holy smokes. Yeah, this whole area is a little inferno right there, all around my knuckles. Man, that is so much different than I expected it to be. I expected the stinger to just pop, like whap me. It like scooped up underneath my skin, and I had to literally pull the stinger out. Oh man, that burns. Yeah, that burns real good. Okay, it's been about 5 minutes, and you can see that I'm definitely getting some swelling going. We're gonna continue to monitor this sting, but now it's time to officially rank this sting. For an intimidation factor, seeing that huge tail jab me over and over and all that venom spraying out was super intimidating, so I give it an 8 out of 10. The pain was somewhere between a hornet and a bee sting. I'd rate it a 4 out of 10. For the aftermath, it wasn't so bad. The pain afterwards is very manageable, especially after applying some sting kill, so I give it only a 3 out of 10. Combined, this scorpion rates it a 4.3 on the brand new official Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index. That is easily the gnarliest sting I have ever taken in terms of seeing the stinger go in and get stuck. I've never had to pull a stinger out like that before. That was wild. But in terms of should we be afraid of this animal, I don't think we should be any more afraid of the giant desert hairy scorpion than we are of your common bee or wasp.
As steam rises off a frigid ocean and light reveals a jagged maze of shoreline, we begin our search for a fire below the surface. The smoldering abyss created by this uncharacteristically cold Florida day is a fitting backdrop for the home of a mysterious creature that possesses one of the fiercest stings beyond the tide. Hundreds of thousands of species of worms can be found all over our planet, and while some of them are well known for their bizarre abilities, the fireworm stands alone. This bizarre porcupine-like worm that feasts on coral and small crustaceans is covered in thousands of sharp spines that can ignite burning pain with just the slightest of touch. This armor fends off predators so well, almost nothing will eat them. And from the reefs of the Caribbean to the rock pools of the Mediterranean, and sometimes depths of up to 300 meters, the fireworm is spreading rapidly into new environments. And so too is the legend of its fiery sting. In this video, I will put myself to the ultimate test, to learn about this marine oddity by enduring its painful sting twice. I will suffer through this experience in hopes to answer the ongoing scientific question, is the sting of the bearded fireworm actually venomous, or is it simply just a flesh wound? Do not attempt what you're about to see. This is going to be extremely painful. There it is. All right, it's time to go get stung.
Here we go. That is a very good-sized fireworm. And oh boy, does it look intimidating. And yes, welcome to another sting experiment here on the Brave Wilderness channel. This time, we're going to attempt to solve a mystery, a bit of a scientific question as to whether or not the fireworm is indeed venomous. All right, there we go. You can see the worm so much better. This is indeed a true worm. You can actually see the segments lining the entire top, and it's a lot more closely related to a sandworm and a bloodworm than some of the other marine organisms out there on the reef. But unlike most worms, it has very unique defense mechanisms. There are thousands and thousands of these small, tiny hair-like spines lining the worm's body. In fact, they release so easily, I can actually see a lot of these spines floating in the water above it. This is where it gets its name, the fireworm, because those spines are so sharp and easily projected, anything that even brushes up against the worm's body gets inflicted by a searing pain. I have heard from many reputable sources that this is worse than a lionfish sting, and it's worse than a man-o-war sting, and all the other stings in this marine environment behind me. You'll notice firstly that it's very colorful. That aposematic coloration indicates that it is extremely toxic. Not only potentially venomous, but it's also poisonous. Being poisonous and venomous are two very different things. Poison has to be absorbed or ingested into the body, where venom is actually injected by means of a tooth, a stinger, or in this case, a spine. But beyond the toxins that we know are contained within this worm, let's talk a little bit about the symptoms from the sting of a fireworm. And this is from a scientific journal written in 2017. Acute, intense stinging pain, itchiness, numbness, and swelling that can last up to several weeks. Symptomatic reactions such as nausea, cardiac, and respiratory problems can occur. Dang, that would be bad. And it's so interesting to me that even the scientific community, the scientists that study these creatures, haven't been able to figure out definitively if they're venomous or not. So, with that being said, it's now time to conduct our sting experiment, and here's how it's going to go down.
While stinging myself twice, once on each arm, might sound crazy, it will be absolutely necessary to conduct this sting experiment, where I will treat one arm as if the fireworm sting is venomous and the other as if it were not. In theory, if venom is present, the two separate treatments should result in different outcomes, in both pain and visible damage.
Okay, I'm about to take one of the most painful stings of all the marine ecosystem. Oh, look at it flare up. Wow, look at that defense mechanism. Oh my goodness. See all those spines flare out, ready to eject? And it's not going to take much, just the slightest brush up against the fireworm, and it's gonna be instantaneous. Oh man, I am nervous. I am feeling the nerves go now. Oh boy, all right, let's put my arm in the sting tank. Okay. I'm Mark Vins, and it's time to get burned by a fireworm. Here goes nothing. Oh, that looks bad. Here we go. On three, ready? 1, 2, 3. Ah! Oh yeah, he got me. He got me. Oh! Yeah, I can feel it. Ooh. Yeah, it's almost like little electrical pulses going through the skin. You can even see, oh wow, like right away, there are all kinds of spines up and down my skin. But man, it is starting to intensify. It's like little shock pulses, like pop, 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 going through my skin. All right, this is starting to hurt. Oh man, like, oh yeah, that super burns. That burns. Holy cow. All right, I'm gonna do the second one, guys, because I don't know how much longer this is gonna be tolerable. Oh man. Oh yeah, that. Ooh. Okay, guys, we gotta do the second sting fast. Ooh. All right, here we go. Sting number 2 from the fireworm. Here we go. Right arm in the sting tank. Time for my second dose of fireworm spikes. Here we go, you guys ready? Yep, I can see them. Oh yeah, all through there. Same spot. This arm, oh yeah, you can start to see my arms drying out. See all the quills, see all the spines, all the redness. This one's about to look just the same. All right, now, I've taken the stings. Let's get the remedies out. Oh, don't do that. Don't. Oh man, that hurt worse. Yeah, do not blow on them. Oh, searing like a hot needle. I tell you what, guys, I can tell right away. This isn't just irritant. There's something else going on, for sure. Woo! Oh man, you can really see the inflammation starting over here. Ah! Oh, mighty. First thing you want to do if you are stung by a fireworm is nothing. You do not want to rub the spines in deeper with your other hand because you're only going to inflict more pain onto your hand itself. What we want to do right now is wait for my arms to dry, and then we are going to use the adhesive technique to remove as many of those spines as we possibly can. Ah! Yeah, man, that is bad. That is really bad. Oh man, it is getting intense. Ah! Oh! The adhesive technique we're going to do on both arms. This is the same thing you're going to want to do to the stings, if they're venomous or not. I'm gonna try to rip out as many of those spines as I can. Hopefully this causes not too much irritation and gives me a little bit of relief. Here we go. Oh, that is tender to the touch. Oh, ready? Okay, I've got the adhesive pretty well on there. 1, 2. Oh, yeah. Woo, okay, I got a lot of them actually here. Man, that tape did a good job. At this point, we're gonna go in for side 2. Here we go. Same thing. 1, 2, 3. That really hurt. The good news is I think I got them all. Yep. You can see, got the spines out again. Now comes the second step, and this is only for the venom treatment. Like we said in the beginning, one side we're treating as if it's venomous and one side we're not. So the right side now is totally done, but the left side we're gonna mark with a V.
You may have noticed the pain I'm experiencing is coming in waves, which is another indication that something chemically and perhaps venomous is going on. But to measure the visual reaction, I will mark one arm with a V for venom treatment and then draw boundaries on both sting sites to see if the swelling expands or contracts over the next 24 hours.
Let's go ahead and treat the left side as if this was venomous. First thing we want to do is we want to apply some household white vinegar. Vinegar has the ability to render any venom that would be on the surface of my skin inert. Oh man, it feels cold to the touch, and that actually feels good. And we're gonna leave this vinegar on here for another 5 to 10 minutes, and then we're gonna go to step 2 of the venom treatment. That is hot water. Oh, yeah, wow. So far, even from the treatments alone, every indication, signs are pointing towards venom. The heat affects the actual structure of the venom itself, rendering it almost harmless and a lot easier for your body to digest and take care of. At least one of my arms is already feeling better. Can't say it for the right arm. That arm still hurts a lot. Oh, you do not want to experience the pain of a fireworm firsthand like this. This is bad. All right, well, there we have it. Usually at this point in the video, I would give you my thoughts and we'd see you on the next adventure, but we really want to see how this experiment plays out overnight. So I'm gonna head back to camp and I'll see you guys again in the AM so we can compare both of these stings next to each other, see if there's any difference.
I tried everything I could to put the pain out of my mind. But just laying there in my tent, my arms ached with increasing waves of agony as sweat poured out of my body all night long. Morning couldn't come soon enough because I knew the only thing that would make the pain go away was time itself.
I can tell you this much, I am still in quite a bit of pain. And even wearing this shirt hurts. Like any contact with the stings feels terrible. And get this, it actually rained last night, so I got water in my tent on top of it all. So while I am feeling a little bit better, the sting damage is actually pretty significant. The results visually speak for themselves. The arm that we treated is almost healed at this point. I mean, you have some localized redness here. It still hurts, it's not done, but visually, you can see that the swelling is down. The actual inflammation is contracted to within the site from yesterday, where the arm on the right has expanded beyond the site from yesterday, and the inflammation is serious. It is very tender to the touch, much more so than the arm on the left. There is some other evidence that I want to talk about that is really important to my ultimate decision of determining the venomous nature of this animal. First thing is the obvious feeling, the sensation of the sting itself. It was a delayed reaction. When I first made contact with my skin in the tank, I almost didn't feel like anything was even happening. But within a minute, I felt that first sign of intense burning, and it only got worse. It built and built and built until on both sting sites, I felt like there was almost like an electrical fire underneath my skin. But this arm, the one we treated like it was a venomous sting, I actually saw these sites move, and we have a picture to show you. So you can see there that it was well beyond this mark. That is a very interesting indication that there was something chemically happening underneath the skin and moved that sting site beyond that line and then back again. I would have to say, given all of the evidence of this sting test, I am convinced that this is indeed a venomous creature. And yes, being stung or burned by a fireworm not only hurts, but is the result of envenomation. I hope you enjoyed this experiment with fireworms, but more than anything, I hope you yourself never have to experience the burn from this marine creature, because I can guarantee you it packs a major wallop. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's time for us to release our fireworm back off into the wild and head off for another adventure.
And if I'm able to catch one of these super aggressive insects, I'm going to take a sting for myself to see just how painful it really is. Eyes up, these killers attack from the sky. So right now, we are looking for flowering plants, because in all likelihood, that's where we're gonna find what we're after. The hornet itself does eat nectar and fruit, but it also hunts bees, which are attracted to flowers as well. So these banded hornets are really opportunistic. Oh man, we are in the thick of it now. Snake! Guys, we got a snake right here. Borneo keeled viper. It is venomous, and it is a really good sized one too, but so I can get it down. Oh, she's heavy. My goodness. You see what I mean now? That's why I want to be especially careful with this snake. I do believe she's carrying young, so she's what's called gravid, and she's about to give birth to a lot of baby snakes. Oh. So can you see that? Anytime she gets more than half of her body length out of my hook, I do a reset. As long as I have the hook in that first quarter, I'm fairly safe. Now, you would not want to take a bite from this viper. As docile as she is being right now, we can't let her guard down. In an instant, this snake could wake up, decide to become aggressive, and a bite from this animal would be a very dangerous situation. How's that for a shot? It's named the keeled viper because of the scales. They have a little ridge that goes in between each individual scale. Unlike most pit vipers, it has a much thicker jawline. It has a very robust and bold appearance. And then when you combine that with the coloration of this reptile, it's a knockout. We gotta cover some ground. We gotta get out of this canopy and hopefully find some flowers. I'm not sure there's gonna be many hornets hanging out in this dense jungle here. Oh wow, here's a flower. Guys, come check this out. This is called a Rafflesia flower. It is the national flower of Borneo, but it actually has a much more common name, the rotting corpse flower. Being that I've never encountered one of these before, you know I gotta test it. It definitely stinks. Not nearly as bad as I thought. Spoiled barbecue, no big deal. We're gonna head up here where there's more light and hopefully more flowers. I'm hearing a lot of buzzing. I got flowers, guys. Big flowers in there. Something's buzzing up there. I think we got one. Watch out, guys, watch out. I got it. Yes. Woo, we got one. Let's go to this clearing. I'm gonna get the jar. Oh, baby. Oh my goodness. That is it. The banded hornet, the deadliest stinging insect in all of Borneo. It is huge. Look how big it is. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe we got one. And it looks mean. Let's go set up the sting table. Let's do this. First, up close look at one of the insect killers of Borneo, the banded hornet. And it is enormous, easily twice the size of hornets that I'm used to seeing. And look at that bright yellow band across the abdomen. An obvious reason as to how it got its name. Now, there are two types of banded hornets. There are banded hornets in the mainland of East Asia, and then there are banded hornets in the tropical regions. And you could tell the difference mainly because the mainland hornet band stops right in the middle. So you see a black line above the yellow. The tropical version of this hornet has a yellow band that extends all the way to the top of the abdomen. And of course, here we are in the tropics, so this is in fact that species. But between the two, this one is known to be much more aggressive, and it kills many people throughout East Asia every single year. In fact, in 2018 alone, this species of hornet killed 7 people in Indonesia. And that is because of the toxicity of its venom and the aggression of the colonies of these hornets. They do nest, they do hive up, and when people are swarmed by these and inflicted with multiple stings, it can almost lead to instant anaphylaxis, instant shock. And sadly, yes, many people lose their lives due to those unfortunate encounters. But today, and because of all the stings that I've done before and my knowledge of what to do in case of an emergency situation from a sting, I am willing to go flesh to stinger with the terror that is known as the banded hornet of Borneo. And it looks intense, preparing itself for what is going to be probably one of my worst stings. The nerves are kicking in. Gonna take a sting on this arm. Got a little aftermath still going there from a different sting, but this is a nice blank canvas. Because this hornet could have a potentially emergency outcome to this sting test, let's just do a quick review, guys, on the EpiPen. If I need the EpiPen and I can't administer myself, this is what you do. Remove the pen from the container. Both blue caps come off, exposing the needle. You jam it into either of my legs. You depress the top for 10 seconds. Pull it out. And that will give me enough medicine to make it to where I can get more help. Okay, guys, here we go. Out of the container. Try to do it without getting it too fired up so I can get a good hold on it. See the stinger going. Got a bad hold. I've got it between the sheets. I'm gonna keep chasing it until I get to dead end. Make sure I got a good hold. I got a good hold. There it is. I'm Mark Vins, and I'm about to enter the sting zone with the banded hornet of Borneo on 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's in. Yeah, I get it. It got away. Oh, buddy, it got me. Oh. Oh, wow. Ooh, that burns. Oh, yeah. Instant searing pain. Stinger went deep right away. It flew off almost immediately. No one else was stung, thankfully. But that was a powerhouse of a sting, guys. It's like making my hand shake. All right, let's just monitor. We're gonna have to monitor this for like at least a half hour, guys. I'm not out of the woods by any means. It's been about 10 minutes after the sting. You can still see the blood at where the sting site was. A lot of the stings that I take remain in the upper parts of the skin, in the dermis of the skin. This one clearly went into the bloodstream, and it itches so bad already. Typically, itching does not set in for at least like 12 hours to a day. I have never experienced this on any sting before. And it still hurts. Let's be really, really clear. It does not feel good at all, but the itching is starting to overpower the pain. So unusual. But it's time to rank this insect, this banded hornet from Borneo, on the Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index. And as always, it's going to be on 3 factors: intimidation, pain, and the aftermath. Roll it. On intimidation, the banded hornet certainly looks intense. It's easily twice as large as your average hornet, and they almost warn you not to touch them with that bright yellow banding. Plus, they do have that reputation of being the most deadly sting in Borneo, which is terrifying given how many stinging insects live out here. So for that, I give it an 8.5 out of 10. For pain, once the stinger dug into my skin and started dosing me with its venom, it was immediate. And the sting radiated throughout my entire arm, engulfing my forearm in searing pain. And it drew a drop of blood on top of that, which only happens with the most serious of stings, and it definitely made me nervous. Given all those factors, it easily earns its 8.1 out of 10 for pain. The aftermath of the banded hornet continues to earn it some serious points. That stinger went in deep and caused serious itching right away, which I have never experienced before. I went through wave after wave of pain, and we had to closely monitor my symptoms to make sure I wasn't having an allergic reaction. It also caused a shocking bullseye reaction on my arm, which is always concerning. Anytime I would get active in the days following, the swelling would come rushing back, including the horrible itch, which lasted for a full 48 hours. And for that, it gets an aftermath score of a solid 8 out of 10. All factors combined, the banded hornet ranks at an 8.2 on the Brave Wilderness BSI, beating out the cow killer from Arizona, but falling just short of the giant black carpenter bee, also from Borneo. Wow. This place stings. See that some of these chimps have recovered well, but others have lasting emotional damage and scarring from years of experimentation. Their healing process will be unique for each individual, but they need our help. And by the end of this video, you will learn what you can do to restore their dignity and give them a life worth living. For decades, man's closest relatives have been taken from their homelands in Central Africa to face unknown dangers with debilitating outcomes. They've been poked, prodded, tested on, and even sent to space. But in 2015, all that changed when the wild and captive chimps in America were listed as endangered under the Endangered Species Act. The chimp, now without a purpose to the organizations that use them for testing, were faced with life in a box. Until some brave heroes got together to give them another chance to breathe fresh air and see the green leaves of the forest once again. This is Project Chimps, and they're fighting to create a forever home for these forgotten primates. Founded in 2015 by a group of chimpanzee advocates, including Billy Joe Armstrong and Rachel Ray, they created a sanctuary that sits on 230 acres of forested land in the Blue Ridge Mountains of Georgia. Today I've been invited to Project Chimps for one of the biggest moments in the nonprofit's history. And I'm joined by India, one of the caregivers here. She will show us how much work goes into creating a better life for these chimpanzees and how they are expanding to improve their lives even more. But before we can learn about this landmark moment, we need to meet the chimps and learn what has already been done to date. So we mask up and prepare for our first chimp encounter.
Oh, wow. Hey, guys. We got a bunch of chimps right here in front of us.
This is Paul down here, closest to us. And then that's Lancelot with a mouthful of chimp chow. They get chimp chow twice a day. It's weighed out, and it's technically a nutritionally complete diet, but then we supplement produce on top of that.
And is this where the chimpanzees sleep at night?
Yeah, so they all come in here. This group, we actually have a good amount. Hi, Thomas.
Thomas.
So this group is a group of homebodies. They like to be in here. But at the end of the day, we call them in from the habitat, give them their dinner, any medications they need.
Next course, number 2 will be fruits, and you can see some people are already getting excited.
We find ourselves calling them people a lot of the time too. They're not human, but they have personhood in the way that we experience personhood, the individual personalities.
It's so easy to recognize their mannerisms. So I've got a big case of sweet potatoes, plums, and more plums. This is clearly a fan favorite. Let's go feed them.
The more I interacted with the chimps, the more it became clear that each and every one had an individual personality. And within 15 minutes of feeding, I could already start to identify them.
So how many chimpanzees live in this area?
In this group, we have 19. So there are 10 girls and 9 boys. Prince is the alpha of this group. He's sitting in that door, sucking on a plum pit.
Okay, so this is this dessert?
It basically, yes. This is pumpkin, applesauce, and oats, and some spices.
Well, could you use a hand?
I would love a hand. I just take about a finger amount.
A glob?
A glob.
It actually smells pretty good.
It does.
Getting it everywhere. How's that?
Perfect.
Okay.
Amazing technique. So this is something called fishing tubes that we do for them. And it replicates a behavior that they would do in the wild, which is taking sticks, long blades of grass, and fishing inside of things for other things. This is what Jane Goodall first observed when she was researching chimps.
All right, wow. That was cool. Bye, everybody. See you next time. Before we reveal the big thing that we came here for, can you tell us a little bit about how this all started? Like, what is Project Chimps?
It was made illegal to research biomedically on chimps in 2015. So all of these chimps that are living in labs need somewhere to go afterwards. So 2015, we bought this property, formerly a gorilla sanctuary, but we did a bunch of renovations, millions of dollars worth of renovations to make it chimp accessible. So climbing structures, swinging structures.
What is Project Chimps' mission with each individual?
Our goal is to provide exemplary care to them until the end of their lives. So live out their lives here in as natural of a environment as we can replicate in captivity.
Including, I heard, entertainment?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, you have this beautiful backdrop. I mean, it looks like a resort. And I heard there's also amenities. Can you tell us about what's going on?
So something that's really important to us is enrichment and providing that enrichment for chimps. In the wild, they would be walking 50 miles a day. They would be foraging for all of their own food, but here they get more of a room service situation. So we clean up after them, we give them all of their meals, but we also provide extra things, enrichment things to fulfill their lives more. So give them a food-based enrichment twice a day. And then we also have themed enrichment every day. Or we'll do movies on Tech Day. So we have flat screen TVs in each of the buildings. And so we'll put on documentaries.
And I heard there's even like concerts?
So yeah, we do have concerts for chimps. So we have musicians come in from all over, local people. People will come in just to perform for them.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for all that background, India. And now I'm really interested to go learn a little bit more by observing some more chimp behavior. And I think time for stop 2. Let's go. All right, guys, because we're gonna be making contact with the food that the chimpanzees are going to touch and ultimately eat, we have to make sure we protect them by wearing gloves and a mask. How do we feed a chimpanzee lunch at Project Chimps?
Yeah, so we got this slingshot rigged up, but it's super cool because we get to put the food inside of it, and we just pull it back, let it go, and it encourages natural foraging behaviors.
Look at that.
That's Noelle with her
Noelle
stick.
is hungry. All right, Noelle, I got this for you. Celery, you ready? It's lunchtime. Oh, too far.
Oh, Babs will go get it. She said, I'll get closer.
She's climbing up there.
She's a goofball.
There you go. Noelle, you're climbing the tree and they're gonna get this. The chimps have moved here to this platform. Apparently, there's a bit of like an ongoing challenge. If you can hit the platform with the lunch, serve it up right, 6 points. I don't know if there's any other point system, but it's 6 points and I want them. Let's go. Something's gonna stick. No.
2 green beans.
2 green beans. I mean,
That was a good one.
That's a lot of points. Yes. Noelle, this is for you. I see you looking. I like it. Perfect. Right in between. And there you have it. That is how you feed lunch here at Project Chimps, or one of the ways. See? Applause. While slingshotting lunch was fun, it's now time to go check out how Project Chimps is expanding and trying to create a much better life for the chimpanzees that call this place home. All right, well, India, the weather's changed a little bit on us.
Yep.
No big deal. It's all part of the adventure, guys, but this is what we wanted to show you. Let me flip around the camera and unveil the brand new annex here at Project Chimps. Are you kidding me?
It's
This
very exciting.
is like state of the art. Guys, this is not Jurassic Park. This is Project Chimps. This is not only the first day that people get to see it, but also the chimpanzees. Can you tell us a little bit about what makes this annex so special here?
The most special thing about this annex is that it has walls that you can see through. So there's a 360 view for the chimps inside of the annex as well as for the humans outside of the annex.
All right, so this is the Sky Bridge.
It is.
Oh man, this is so cool. Okay, so I take it chimpanzees in the villa. Access through the Sky Bridge.
Yep.
And then what is this?
This
There's
up
another
here,
thing here.
This is called the portal. So this is their portal from the Sky Bridge into the annex.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah, so these are the operations for the doors. So this is what humans move to open and close the doors. They're locked, of course, very safe. And then in here, this is gonna be a chimp space. So these doors will all be closed and the chimps will have access to this room, the portal room, and then be able to go through this door out into the annex.
So this is like a barrier fence, it looks like.
It is.
I was told 2 acres of open space.
Yep. And then this is called the corridor. So it's our safety spot in case the chimp was to get out. We have this extra layer of protection for them. And then we
Okay.
have a door that they can come back in.
Very cool. I just want to show you real quick. Look at that. Green, both sides. It feels so nice standing in here as a human being, and you can only imagine how it's going to be for these chimpanzees. Now here's how it's going to go down real quick. Team's up there prepping the chimpanzees to be released into the annex. We've got a grand opening ceremony with lots of folks down here at the bottom. As soon as the ribbon is cut, we're gonna make our way back up the hill to try to see the chimpanzees crossing into the Sky Bridge. I wanna see those expressions. I wanna see their reaction to being in this awesome place. We're being called down. Here we go. It's game time.
So this will be the first time for most of these chimps where they can go outside and actually see the expanse of nature. We're giving them a world without walls. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
They're already inside. Still trying to get all the chimps into the annex, but a lot of them flew right through, guys. They just already knew what to do. No instructions required. Boom, right through the Sky Bridge into the annex. This new area, checking it out, already playing on the barrel swings and the ropes. Look, oh, hey buddy. They love it. They absolutely love it. Gosh. Pretty emotional, I'll be honest with you. There's a lot of people down there. There's a few tears, a lot of smiles, a lot of handshakes, a lot of work has gone into this. And you could tell just how happy everybody is to see this day. I am blown away by that. Congratulations on opening the annex to you and your team and all the hard work for well over a year that's gone into this. I could see how much the chimps appreciated it and all the people that were here. And guys, if this video moved you, there are ways to get involved and to help out this project. Number 1, we have a donate button. You'll see here just right of the video. Every penny, every dollar counts. It goes right to Project Chimps. But India, what are some other ways people can get involved?
Donations are super important. Any little bit means the world to us. We love it. We also have the opportunity for you to come visit us. So you can come out, visit, take a tour. You can also do a lunch launch if you want.
Oh, so people can do their own lunch launch.
They can do their own lunch launch. And then also, if you want to get your hands dirty and be more involved, you can come and volunteer with us as well.
I encourage you to check out the link in the description, get more involved with Project Chimps. India, one more high five for the road. Thanks again. I hope everyone enjoyed this one, and we'll see you all on the next adventure.
We're swimming with dolphins. I'm Mark Vins, and welcome back to Blue Wilderness. To say we've had some close encounters on this show would definitely be an understatement. I mean, who can forget the time I laid beside a lemon shark at the bottom of the ocean on our very first night dive? Or the time we were swarmed by porcupine fish, and I even got to pet one. Or swimming with those big, beautiful tiger sharks at Tiger Beach. Yep, it's no secret that getting up close and personal is one of our specialties. But there's a big difference between witnessing an animal in the wild and actually communicating with one. The Atlantic spotted dolphin is one of the most social, playful, and intelligent animals in all of the sea. And something almost miraculous happened when we ran into a pod of these incredible creatures off the coast of Bimini. And honestly, I never would have believed it myself if I didn't see it with my own two eyes. Bimini is an island chain that comprises the westernmost portion of the Bahamas. And believe it or not, it's only about 50 miles due east of Miami, Florida. But in many ways, feels like a completely different universe. It's said that Bimini was even referenced by Ponce de Leon in his search for the Fountain of Youth. And it's pretty easy to see why. The blue waters here are alive and absolutely breathtaking. On this adventure, we teamed up yet again with Jonathan Bird and his Blue World crew for the search of these Atlantic spotted dolphins. But finding them isn't always easy, and you have to know where to look. And fortunately for us, the crew of our ship, the Dolphin Dream, has been doing this for many years, and are world-renowned experts at locating the Atlantic spotted dolphins. They know just where to look and can even identify individual dolphins from these world-famous pods.
So believe it or not, we don't really find the dolphins, they find us. These dolphins have been playing with the Dolphin Dream for over 40 years. This is a very special population of Atlantic spotted dolphin that do this. You definitely don't want to jump in the water with just any pod of dolphins. It can be potentially dangerous, and they might not be that friendly. So you definitely don't want to do this by yourself, and you want to make sure you're with a professional team if you're ever going to swim with wild dolphins.
As it turns out, these mammals love boats, and more specifically, they love surfing the wake from the boats, like the Dolphin Dream. So Mario, Jonathan, and I posted up at the bow of the boat and scanned the blue horizon, and after a couple of hours, we spotted them. Or more accurately, they spotted us. Look at them there, right next to the bow. It was time to jump in. We're leaving the scuba gear on deck for this adventure because we want to stay as light and as agile as possible. These dolphins are incredibly fast. So the only things we'll be bringing into the water with us are our snorkel gear, some GoPros, and a bandana. Yeah, you heard that right, a bright red bandana. So these Atlantic spotted dolphins that we're going to be trying to play with love colorful things. So these bandanas are sort of an offering or a toy that we're going to bring out there into the water with us. And the hope is that it'll keep the dolphins entertained so we get some really cool shots in the process. You see, the thing is, these dolphins love to play. And it turns out they are experts at a version of underwater capture the flag. But it doesn't always work out that well. Let's face it, humans are kinda slow and, well, boring if you're a dolphin. But we tried to get them interested to play the game anyway. And after some free dives and a little bit of taunting with that bandana, it almost worked. And I began to see the personalities of these dolphins start to come out. In fact, it became clear pretty fast that the Atlantic spotted dolphins are incredible animals. They have streamlined bodies, perfect for speed and acrobatics. They are known to leap playfully out of the water alongside boats, and they swim in pods anywhere from 5 individuals all the way up to 100. In other words, these are social animals. Although I wouldn't fully understand just how social they were until later. The difference between the adults and the calves was easy to spot. Juveniles are born both smooth and gray and only develop their spots over time. And it is estimated that these dolphins can live between 30 and 40 years of age. And they can stay underwater for, get this, up to 10 minutes at a time. Whoa. Considering all of that, this was a lot for us humans to keep up with. And as much as we tried, we couldn't get this pod to take the hint. So, we brought out the sea scooter to sweeten the deal. The sea scooter allowed us to zip around at depth, spin with the dolphins, and play with them at their speed. But unfortunately, this pod just wasn't into it, and off they went.
Well, we just had about 25 spotted dolphin swimming all around us. Unfortunately, they didn't hang out very long, so we're gonna get back on the boat so we can go find another group for round 2.
It's true that many people have been deeply moved by their encounters with these animals. And once we were back aboard the Dolphin Dream, I was afraid that we would not get to have this experience for ourselves. And as the day dragged on, our hopes grew more and more dim. But then, just as the sun started to dip low in the sky, we spotted another pod.
Here we go, dolphin time, let's do it.
This time, it was a much larger group of dolphins, and it was instantly obvious that they were excited and ready for some fun. Their distinct vocalizations and powerful swimming yet again reminded us that we were in their world, but their nudges and playfulness made us feel welcome and right at home. The game started with the dramatic freedive of the sea scooter. The dolphins gave chase, and what followed seemed to be almost choreographed. They mimicked our swimming, sometimes chasing us, and sometimes allowing us to try to chase them. But they always stayed just a fin ahead. And that bandana, I decided to give that one more chance. So I dove down as far as I could and let it go. And to my surprise, they took it. Instantly, my mind raced with excitement. Let the games begin. As soon as they had the bandana in their possession, they raced around like a well-practiced sports team, passing it back and forth to each other from their tail fins all the way to their pectoral fins, playing a nearly flawless game of keep away. And as we all chased around my bandana, which was hilariously always just out of reach, I realized we weren't just goofing around with these animals, we were communicating with them. We were communicating in sport. Because in this moment, we were playing a well-organized and coordinated game. And it was a game with rules. And the main rule was, keep the bandana away from the slowpokes, all while being good-natured and fun. Have you ever seen a dolphin smile so big? Look at that. I just can't grab it. What's most amazing about this is that this is the kind of thing that you do with friends, not with wild marine mammals. But under that mysterious deep blue surface, in a region once thought to contain the mythical fountain of youth, the spark of intelligence and friendship was clear to everyone present. I had never experienced anything like this in my entire life. It was like I was playing one of my favorite childhood games with some friends down the block. But they weren't just friends down the block. These were wild marine animals.
and the connection we made through sport was proof of their incredible intelligence. And the game played on. In fact, it went on for a while, and we chased around that bandana as hard as we could. And when we began to slow and show signs of fatigue, the dolphins initiated contact with us. Almost like saying, "Good job, human. You're holding your own down here, and we appreciate your effort. Now let's keep playing." But ultimately, this wasn't our playground. This was the ocean. This was their playground. And as hard as we tried, we just couldn't keep up. And eventually, we became flat out exhausted. And then, as the sun set, our new friends said their goodbyes and swam back into the abyss. And would you believe it? They were even nice enough to give back my bandana. I'll take that, thank you very much.
That was so cool. I never thought swimming with dolphins would be so amazing, but today was quite possibly the coolest thing we've ever done.
That was awesome.
Dude, nice job.
There it is. I successfully got my bandana back, but wow, what an epic day. Swimming with dolphins off the coast of Bimini has to be one of the coolest things we've ever done, and certainly something I'll never forget. I'm Mark Vins. Be brave. Stay wild. We'll see you on the next dive. We'd like to extend an extra special thank you to Jonathan Bird, the Blue World Dive Team, and the crew of the Dolphin Dream. They truly made this expedition the memory of a lifetime.
If you love aquatic creatures, make sure to check out the Blue Wilderness channel on YouTube so you can join me and the crew on our next dive.